guys, welcome back to We Watch Movie. I'm Mike.
I'm Jay.
And this is our video of the top 5 worst characters ever allowed in the Halloween franchise.
Well, let's go through it right away. Donald Pleasance, Jamie Lee Curtis.
Worst.
Kano.
You don't even know. First, honorable mentions. We got a few we got to go through. Number 1 honorable mention. There's going to be a lot of this movie in this list, so get your beards ready, Rob
Get your
Zombie
dick
fans.
out of that VHS tape player.
The ambulance guys from Halloween 2.
What's the difference between jam and jelly?
I don't know. They're gross and they're disgusting. I mean, they're talking about fucking a corpse. They're talking about fucking a possum or a raccoon.
You're like, cow! What? Cow!
Like talking about fucking a corpse and like how great it would taste, and do you like the smell of fajita and goddamn sriracha? Smell it!
Yeah, it's not about Rob Zombie making a good Halloween movie at this point. It's about Rob Zombie throwing his shock factor and see how fucking metal I can get. Which metal's awesome. This isn't metal. This is the flea market that sells you old hot dogs.
And you hit, if you kick it, that motherfucker sounds like a boomerang coming off the wall. We're talking about Halloween. It's not like you know, you're not doing The Hills Have Eyes Part 8. You don't have to have people understand that you're nasty motherfuckers. You just did it. Like, you just did it.
Yeah.
Like, basically, he cast his own cousins.
Fuck. Fuck.
The 2 ambulance drivers go to pick up Michael Myers' body, and they're driving him in a van, and they're talking about fucking the corpses, and have you ever done it before? You ever smelled it? And being gross as shit, and then all of a sudden, they reckon to, he's like, cow! What? Cow! They hit the cow.
It's a cool death scene, though.
Michael does kill him in a cool way. Scene, yeah. But then you got the one dude who's sitting there, and he's in a few Rob Zombie films, and he's spitting up blood, and he's just going, fuck!
Was he the same guy? I don't remember the Rob Zombie movie. It was like he kind of looked like Joker.
Yeah, it was 31. Rob Zombie's 31.
He wasn't bad.
Played a great role in that movie.
Yeah, and again, we're not talking about the actors. We're just talking about the roles they played.
The character. So that is a high up honorable mention. Is the ambulance guys from H2. They set the tone for Rob Zombie just to be not gross in a way that it adds to the scariness of the film, but just like, hey, watch me pee on this dead cat.
Hey, you all ever fucking put your penis in a goat? Because I did.
Worst. Another honorable mention, less bad, but still honorable mention, Cameron from Halloween 2018. Now, again, in a longer cut, maybe the character goes somewhere. Maybe in a sequel, depending on what happens, Cameron's character comes back.
He's definitely
remember, Cameron is the hipster with the Jerry curl. He is Andy Matichak's boyfriend in the movie, and in a deleted scene, he actually gets caught up by the cops, gets to argue with him. But in the movie itself, he added nothing to the film except for to piss her off and to send her walking off with his friend. He throws her phone in some banana pudding, and he's just a douchebag.
Yeah, overall, like, that's the kind of guy that you're gonna definitely unfriend from Facebook.
Another one from Halloween 2018. This is where the Halloween 2018 is here because we both love that movie. But it's got to be Dr. Sartain, and this is mostly for a lot of other people. Now, the Dr. Sartain character himself, the guy who played him, the way that the character seemed like it was going to turn out, we both liked a lot. Yeah. I thought he was funny. I thought he was an interesting character. But the fact that they did, spoiler alert, the fact that they did what they did and had him kill Will Patton, one of the coolest characters in the movie, and then put on the mask and that whole subplot, it went into a place the movie...
Something stinks around here, and I think it's your plot line.
Didn't need to go, and we didn't like what they did with him. Again, the character seemed like he was going to be cool, and I liked him, but what they did with him made him a bad character.
If they kept it going the way they did originally with Dr. Sartain, I think that most people would have been on board with it, but as soon as you put on that fucking mask and you go roller coaster fucking tycoon on that shit, I remember audibly saying when I was watching him put the mask on, go,
it was scary because you were like, please don't take over.
I said, nope. I felt like the get out. No.
If they'd have tried to make him take over Michael's power,
that's what I was scared of.
It would ruin the fucking movie.
Dr. Sartain was a great character that was just thrown away.
And the last, in this one, I fought to make it. I fought for her to make it into the list because you guys know how much I hate her. But honestly, some shit gets really bad here, and she just barely missed the cusp of the top 5, and that's fucking Tina!
Oh, come on. Ooh, you're blushing. Come on, you can't hide anything from me.
She seemed like she was a good person to Jamie, but then when Jamie needed her the most, Jamie spoke for the first time and said her name, and she was like, oh my god, it means so much. And then Tina fucking left Jamie in that place to die, and she was like, cause I have a date, cause a guy makes my heart feel neon. Bye, I don't care about you, little girl. Fuck Tina.
Do you know how hard it is to match up on Tinder?
Oh, come on. Come on. I mean, you're planning something. I mean, what are we talking here? Like candles and sensual massage and leopard sheets.
Well, she is redemptive at the end. Like at the end of the movie, because she does lead Michael away in Halloween 5. She does something.
Sure.
So, I mean, it's not bad up to that point, but overall, like the character that they were trying to build with her and her leaving Jamie like she did, yeah, she's kind of a bitch. She's kind of what you would call, what did the ancients call it? A twat. Yes.
Indeed. A twatty McTwatterson. I can't believe you didn't make this list, Tina. You got fucking lucky. All right, so let's get into the top 5, the real bad of that franchise we love so fucking
Let's go
much.
right to number 1.
No. We gotta work our way into it.
I want to go right in.
You gotta do some foreplay.
I gotta come first,
Hold
and then
on
I'll
now.
have a cigarette.
Hold on, number 5. Number 5, the cops.
All clear. Nothing above, nothing below.
In Halloween 5.
Okay, and you know what? I know you guys are thinking the same thing. You're like, well, what's wrong with a little bit of comedy? Because it was destroy the shit. Like that. Every time they were on screen, they were like, it literally, I was like, are you guys not even serious about making the fucking movie at this point? Like, are you just literally throwing everything but the kitchen sink at the film and it doesn't matter anymore and you're making an SNL skit? We're gonna fucking catch Michael Myers, right? Okay.
Rescue cats. Find dogs. That's a job. And we love it.
So it's a French director, and maybe he has some weird version of horror and comedy in his mind, but no matter what you do, you're trying to take a movie that you want anyone to take seriously, and you're gonna put these guys.
All clear. Nothing above, nothing below.
There's worse characters in this. Obviously, there's 4 worse characters in this, but as far as like a glaring fucking defect that is the stupidest thing you see in a movie, this takes the cake. Like just the music alone takes the fucking cake.
Like even as a kid when you watched it, like, and you're not really understanding about plot lines, or you understand plot lines, but not like in the subtle ways they do things. Like even as a kid, you're watching, it's like, are they fucking trying to inject some Adam West boink, fucking zoink kind of bullshit into this movie? Because at that point, it's like, are they even wanting to make a movie, or are they just trying to fucking sell tickets? Moving on to 4.
This one really grinds my fucking gears.
Well, you're not gonna get this particular scene unless you watch the director cut of Rob Zombie's Halloween 1. But again, it goes back and shows how it's not even depraved that Rob Zombie is. It's just, again, the shock factor alone is what he was going for, and the fact that they left it on the cutting room floor tells you something.
I'm all broken up here, bitch. I can't work.
What we're talking about here is we're talking about the rapist guard from Halloween, the director's cut. Rob Zombie's remake, Halloween, the director's cut. There's a scene where the guard goes in, he goes to fuck with Michael Myers, and he rapes a girl in front of her in a
And it's really graphic.
Yeah,
it's graphic.
graphic rape scene. He rapes the girl with his bodyguard, and he's looking at Myers and fucking with him or whatever. And one thing I do like that horror movies do sometimes, Jason Takes Manhattan did it when they were gonna rape that girl and Jason kills the rapist. I like when you take a slasher and there's gonna be a rape or there's gonna be someone else and the slasher turns into the good guy.
Kind of like an anti-hero.
But in this, it was completely out of left field, completely unhelpful, and it was just a gross reason for Rob Zombie to show an over-the-top graphic rape scene that added nothing to the film, especially when you're talking about rape. If you want to hint at it, easy. All you have to do is, he was about to rape the girl Michael saw. No, Rob Zombie wanted to get a fucking Pornhub shot and get up close and just be disgusting. And it's disgraceful, it's disgusting, it's almost a fucking fetish, and I'm sorry, but there's no fucking reason for it at all. Why?
It's gross as fuck. It makes me as mad as Mike does, because it's like, it literally, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Like, I mean, it would be somebody, like, grabbing that guy by his crab-infested beard, pulling down the chili fucking stains in it, and be like, what the fuck are you doing? This has nothing to do with the movie. It has nothing to do to progress the plot.
You just want to
And all you're doing, you're doing it, it's like your sick fantasy to fucking see it on camera, and you can get away with it because it's a huge movie. Is that what you're fucking... Rob Zombie, in this instant, is a fucking goddamn moron. Number 3, though, and like, I don't think, okay, so somebody, people are gonna get a little mad about this, maybe.
Understand though.
Loomis H2, the way that they shot that character, the way that Malcolm McDowell, the script told him to play that character. Thunder. You see?
It's
God,
the ghost of McDowell.
God agrees. Malcolm McDowell and that character, as far as the way it was portrayed on screen in Halloween 2, the remake, was fucking terrible. And you cannot tell me with a straight face, without Dentine Ice while you're talking to me, that that was a good idea for that fucking character or the franchise at all.
Calm down. Calm down. Big deep breath. Thanks.
Loomis never, Donald Pleasance's portrayal and what John Carpenter had probably envisioned for Loomis, even after he quit doing Halloween, was never about fame or money or fortune or about getting a bitch from Vegas and fucking the shit out of 3 of them.
Are you a real redhead? Thank you.
But that's what they were trying to go for, like this self-absorbed asshole professor type guy that was more concerned with getting on Maury and licking fucking Dr. Phil's nipple than worrying about a serial killer that he should be like.
You butchered my baby!
Can we get somebody?
I'm gonna get you, Loomis.
It was terrible. And again, I'm not taking nothing from Malcolm McDowell. Malcolm McDowell is a great actor and all that stuff, but his portrayal of that fucking... watching it just makes you sick to your stomach. I was like, man, he's so integral. He's so integral to the movie, and you're just ruining him.
Take what Malcolm McDowell did with the first Halloween movie, which he didn't want to go back and watch the other movies. He wanted to make it his own character. Now, what Malcolm McDowell did, remind you, we are separating the actor from the character, and really the character from the character in this, because in Rob Zombie's Halloween remake, Malcolm McDowell did a great job, and Rob Zombie did a good job with Malcolm McDowell. He made him interesting, he made him strange, he made him eccentric.
Why are you protecting him?
But Karen,
in the first one.
Yeah, he did a great thing with him in the first movie. Now, Rob Zombie's H2 takes the character and trashes him.
Takes a dump on it.
He trashes the character. It's a shame to Dr. Loomis, and it's a shame to what Malcolm McDowell was able to do in the first movie, because they take this character they did a great job with, and they turn him into this money-hungry, egocentric piece of shit, and he does... Like you said about Tina, he has a moment where of retribution.
Redemptive, yeah.
Way too late. Dr. Loomis should never be such a douchebag. Could you imagine Donald Pleasance, Dr. Loomis, being ridiculed in front of thousands by Weird Al Yankovic?
You're the man. You're the man. You're the man, dude. You're awesome.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
They made him a complete unrelatable asshole and ruin him for 99% of the movie up until he decided to give his life to save Lori. So again, now the rape guard is worse. The cops are worse. Malcolm McDowell's performance, even playing
because he's so integral.
Yeah, Malcolm McDowell's performance, even playing an asshole character, is way more interesting than the rape guard or the cops from H5. The reason he finds himself so high on the list is because it's Dr. fucking Loomis.
I know.
We always have one, don't we?
This brings us to our number 2, and if you're noticing the theme here, I'm sorry, Rob Zombie fans, but it's just truth. Number 2 worst character of all time of the Halloween franchise is Deborah Meyer's Halloween 2.
Don't say it.
Sherry Moon.
Don't say it.
Zombie.
We are ready. Stop! It is time, Michael. Stop! Take us home. Stop!
Oh, the unicorn bitch.
Yeah. And that's because the reason she makes it so high on this list is because the most pointless, the most utterly pointless character of the entire franchise is Sherry Moon Zombie in H2, walking around, random visions in Michael Myers' head, walking around with a fucking unicorn, talking to him like she's Jason's mom. It doesn't make, A, it's stupid, B, it doesn't make sense, C, Rob, stop casting her and everything. We've seen her ass at least 6 times.
He won't do it. She's a decent actress. She did a fine job in Halloween 1.
Agreed.
She did fucking loud mouth.
That's all that fucker does is cry. Crying shit.
But you don't need to fucking keep beating the dead horse. No pun intended.
Being the white unicorn.
But you did.
Masturbation
and you
part.
added like a fucking, what the fuck were you, Friday, like you added a Friday the 13th element to it. A Nightmare on Elm Street angle to it with the fucking dreamscape talking to her daughter and then talking to Michael, and then you added a goddamn like Willy Wonka fucking, I don't know, cocaine-induced dream.
They are not chicken abortions.
Completely pointless. It makes no sense. Nobody understands it, and it's a Jason ripoff. Obvious reasons. Deborah Myers in Halloween 2, Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 is the second worst character, and that leads us to the Quinto Ocho, the worst. The worst character.
You ready?
You gotta know what it is. Trick or treat, motherfucker.
Oh.
Buster Rhymes.
God damn.
No!
people lost sperm count when they heard that line.
Woo.
But yeah, oh my god, guys, Busta fucking Rhymes. Like, okay, first off, you could have dealt with Busta Rhymes being in the movie, right? If it was just Busta Rhymes and he had a few lines in it.
I like Busta Rhymes.
Yeah, and he's whatever. Busta Rhymes.
I got you all a chick.
Yeah, Busta Rhymes in the movie for a second, and he's kind of doing his own thing and whatever, and he's kind of like the attitude or the voice for the program that's trying to get them there, you know, trying to get people to go and explore the Myers house. You'd be alright with it. The fact that they made him the goddamn karate Liu Kang to fucking take down Michael, and he karate fucking kicked the shit out of Michael. And then, dude, you know what? I don't even. I'm getting sick. When Michael shows up at the house and they're both wearing the masks, it's like, you're not supposed to be here. And he slaps him and shit, and Michael's like,
I said, what you looking at me like that for? Huh? You don't get it? You don't get it? Your shit ain't working up there or something? You need to take your ass in the back of the garage with Nora.
And he just takes it. And then Michael walks away.
Yeah,
when Freddie Harris.
what?
When Busta Rhymes, Freddie, and it's not Busta Rhymes, it's Freddie Harris that we're talking about here. The character Freddie Harris. When he bitches out Michael Myers by just looking at him and talking some shit, and Michael takes that shit and then walks away. It is the worst. It's the most embarrassing thing I've ever seen.
We just
Michael
watched
do.
a fan film where Jason stood and stared down Michael, and Michael stared back.
Scoot! Skedaddle! Get the fuck out of Dodge! God damn. What the hell somebody gotta do to get a little decent help up in this motherfucker?
It's the fact.
It's the worst thing ever.
It's not even Freddie Harris. It's the fact that you nerfed Michael so hard to let Freddie Harris roundhouse kick him, electrocute him, and treat Michael like a little bitch. Michael Myers ain't a little bitch. He's not a soundbite, and he's not a little bitch.
Understand it? He ain't no bitch.
You a bitch,
bitch.
Michael.
You a bitch.
You embarrassed Michael. Michael's embarrassed. He's embarrassed.
Embarrassed.
Just look at his fucking face. He's embarrassed. That one's not.
He got
He's
sad.
embarrassed.
He got sad.
Move your head. Move your head. That's embarrassment on his face.
He got sad as fuck.
It's disgusting that you guys did this. You centered it around Busta Rhymes like he was fucking Bruce Willis in Die Hard, and then shoved it like a Thanksgiving turkey into a Halloween movie.
Stuff it. Stuff the shit out of it. And I should have seen it. I should have seen it coming, and I didn't. I didn't see that fucking money shot in my eye. When you were like making him watch Kung Fu in the hotel room, he's like, wow, whoa. I'm like, oh, you know what? If we had been smarter movie viewers, like, that's gonna have an impact later on in the film, because he somehow learned goddamn Taekwondo or karate off the TV and was able to whoop his fucking ass with supernatural strength.
Dude. And then at the end, let me tell you all about Dangertainment. Michael Myers ain't a soundbite.
Oh, God.
It was the lowest point in the Halloween movie franchise when Busta Rhymes took down Michael Myers. So that's our list, guys. What is your all's list? Fight, discuss, touch each other's butts below. Let us know what's your top 5 worst characters. How would you guys re-rank this? We love your fucking faces. And if you're new to the channel, click that subscribe button and get some goddamn wham up in you. Yeah!
You sound like a fatality move from Mortal Kombat 2.
Yeah, sorry to make such dragons. Sorry to make such a negative video today.
We're all good. We're all good. But we had fun. We had fun. You gotta get it out of my system. Get it out of my system. Last Dragon.
Show enough. That would have been better.
Oh, yeah.
I would have taken that.
Huge. That guy for sure.
My dick.
We watched a movie. Yeah. We watched a movie. We watched it. We watched a movie. Yeah. You know what? We did a review. We watched a movie. We watched a movie.